guys, welcome to another WoW video, and for today's video, we are gonna go over how you get the new secret pet. It is called the Phoenix Wishwing. This is it right here. Super cute pet, and this is a bit of a farm. And I would say up until recently, this was a really expensive pet on the auction house. Basically, all of the first week that it was a new thing to go after, it was a 4 million gold pet on the auction house. And then the day before timewalking Kata ended, which is a big part of this puzzle, the price dropped to 1 mil. I think that all the weeks that timewalking Kata isn't available, I think it'll be skyrocketed again. Because unfortunately, one of the things you need to do is go into Kata timewalking, the Firelands raid. So that's where we're gonna start with today's video. There's an item called Glittering Phoenix Ember. You need to get it. You can only get it out of timewalking Kata, the Firelands raid. As far as how long do you need to be there, if you've got a raid team that just wants that item, you could just go straight to that boss. Like, yeah, you don't need to be killing a bunch of different bosses to do that fight. So you're gonna be going to Alice Razor, and if you don't have the Flame Talon, it's a good chance to go after that as well. This is actually a mount boss that people farm, just typically not in time walking, but you gotta go there anyway, so maybe you luck out, get that mount while you're at it. So as for the Glittering Phoenix Ember, it is a 100% drop rate. Everyone in the group will get it. Here on screen you can see me doing the kill, and it just automatically showed up. I didn't even loot the boss at this point, right? Like, it's just an automatic loot that everyone gets when the boss is dead. So that is your first item. Okay, so now the second item is the Inert Phoenix Ash. You're gonna need 20 of these, and this is, I would say, probably the toughest part of the secret pet. The reason is it is an absolute trash drop rate. Like, it is super low. So you're gonna be out there for hours unless you get extremely lucky. So you need 20 of these. You're going to Ungoro Crater and just go to the center of it at Fire Plume Ridge. Out here will be Scorching Elemental and Living Blaze. Scorching Elemental is the mob that drops your Inert Phoenix Ash. Living Blaze does not drop it, but Living Blaze is a shared spawn, so you want to kill that mob anyway so that it's dead and a Scorching Elemental comes into his place, hopefully. So just make sure you kill everything out there. And this is a tough farm. I'm gonna say on average is probably my time frame out there. It took me 6 hours to loot 20 of them. So pretty bad drop rate. Yeah. I've heard of some people saying they got it shorter than that, but I also had some people in my group that said they were on like hour 10. So I'm just gonna go by mine since I seem to be in the middle of these other time frames, and I'm just gonna say the average is like 6 hours. Yeah, 5 to 6 hours. So you're gonna need 20 of those. This right here was like my good luck section. I had joined my very first group and I had just looted like a good 4 or 5 kind of right off the bat. I would say within 20 minutes, which is really good. And yeah, yeah. I hate these kind of farms in groups because when you do loot a lot and then other people aren't, you feel bad. And then once you're done with that, we are moving on to the last step of this part, and it's gonna be Sacred Phoenix Ash. You're gonna need 10 of those. So they're out in Spires of Iraq. There's a bunch of coordinates for this one. So I'm just gonna put the coordinates on screen for you guys. And I'll also put it in the description of the video. That way, if you want to just, revisit this video when you go to farm, you can easily copy paste the waypoints. This one is found in cook pots. They're all around Spires of Iraq. And I personally threw myself in a war mode on for this one. I found it was easier. It might not matter by the time you do this one if you're doing it closer to the next timewalking kata for the other item, because not as many people will need the pet. It was just like, it was new this past week, so everyone was out there. And because of that, people were legit camping those cook pots, which makes it pretty much pointless. It was the same deal with the Ungoro Crater farm. Yeah, that's what made that farm kind of bad too, because you had low drop rate and people farming the spots that those elementals were gonna spawn. So yeah. So I'm sure it'll be much better by the time you go to do this farm. So I will just leave that up to you. War mode on, war mode off. If one's not working well for you, choose the other. And then once you have 10 of your Sacred Phoenix Ash, you're going to take all 3 of your items there. I'm showing you his location on the map right now. You're just going to buy the Phoenix Ash Talisman. So hand in your Glittering Phoenix Ember, 10 Sacred Phoenix Ash, and your 20 Inert Phoenix Ash. So I didn't have a problem with this guy, but rumor is that some people couldn't see him. And if that happens to you, there is a quest called the High Raven Speaker. It's located right in this same area. So take that quest, hand it in, and then you'll see him. Okay, so now we've completed the major parts of this. So the next 2 are fairly simple. We are going to the Dragonflight now. So this next part can be done in current. And we're going to head to Obsidian Throne. And these next 2 items we need can be collected together. So that's the nice part. So head to Obsidian Throne. And we're going to go visit Grifta first. Grifta's an NPC. I'll open the map, show you a bit of the area that we're in right now so you got an idea where he is. He's kind of hidden behind a tent. And he sells an item called the Ash Feather Amulet. This lasts an hour. It's got an hour cooldown. You're not going to need to really ignite it again. An hour is long enough. Basically, when you use it, it allows you to see feathers on the ground. They just randomly appear, and they don't stay for too long, but they show up fairly quickly. So if you go up to one and it vanishes as you're walking up to it, don't worry. You'll get this done before you'll get the next part done. So you need 20 of those. While I did this, I camped my character right in this spot, which I'll also open up the map and show you. But basically, we are just still in the Obsidian area, and we have to kill phoenixes for the Smoldering Phoenix Ash, which we need 15 of. You might have some on you, so check your bags, check your bank. See how much you have. I was a slacker, apparently only had 2 on me prior to this secret being solved. So I had to farm almost the full amount. With that said, I can tell you kind of roughly how long it would take you from 0 to 15. And that timer is roughly a couple of hours. Yeah, it's It's a bit of a grind. You don't get 15 too fast, but it's not absolutely horrible either. And yeah, over here, basically just be careful. I chose an area that was like full of elites, right? There's elites all over the place in this area. So I just stayed put. I was very careful. I kind of fought the birds around the elites, and yeah, so this is the best way I found for this. And then, of course, you can be looting your Smoldering Phoenix Ash as you're picking up feathers, as you can see in this clip here. And once you have your 20 feathers and your 15 Phoenix Ash, you're done. So now we can take those items as well as our Phoenix Ash Talisman from the last part and go purchase the pet. So then PC we're going to is Tarjan the Blind. And he's very close to where we already are, around the Obsidian Citadel. Coordinates are 1662. And here's a quick little map of you in case you prefer visuals over coordinates. So this guy actually had a couple of quests for me because I've never visited him before. So if you're like me and have not ever seen this NPC before, you might want to take both quests. But for the purpose of this video, the quest for this one is Tale of the Phoenix. So this is the pet here. This is our Phoenix Wishwing. A lot of work, but he's cute. So yeah, it's hard to say whether it's worth it or not because it's a cute pet. Of course it's worth it. It's just it's a big grind, but not too bad. If you're focused and Cata timewalking is on your side, you could do it all in a day. You just would have to be really focused to do it all in a day. I would say you could easily do it in 2 days. The cool part of this is that if timewalking Cata isn't around and you didn't prep that and you don't have the item yet for that, this is stuff like all the rest of what I've mentioned in this video is stuff you can farm while you're waiting for Cata to come back around. So then when Cata does, you just go into Firelands, kill the boss, get the item, and boom, you're done, right? That's how I would do it if I hadn't rushed it for this video, more or less. But yeah, I would just do all this stuff casually and, maybe spend an hour here and there for the Inert Phoenix Ash and just casually do it, because if you're watching the video now, you got tons of time to farm this stuff before Cata's rolling back around. As far as the pet was really weird at first. Here's a little clip of me AFKing basically, and the pet just kind of played dead, I guess. Okay, went in, popped on the record again. I don't know if he's playing dead or if we killed our pet. Yeah. After AFKing for not long, like maybe 2 minutes, he did this. It looks like he's just, like, he talks to us. Yeah. So it looks like he's just hiding. But see what happens. Oh, there we go. There we go. So that may be a normal thing. It looks like maybe he hides. Maybe that's his special. He hides after a bit of AFK. We'll AFK again, see if it happens again. But I imagine that's the deal. Is that if you AFK for a while, he buries his head in, and then And then you gotta move quite the distance, as you saw, before he gets up and follows you. Okay, yeah, now he's sitting. We couldn't see his face the last time, though. So I think he still does something else after. And that's the video, so I hope you enjoyed. Good luck on your secret pet, Phoenix Wishwing. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.